There is a forgotten system, older than any religion, more powerful than modern psychology. It wasn't created in a temple or in a lab. It was born in the wild chaos of life. This system wasn't designed to make you happy. It wasn't designed to make you rich. It was designed for one thing only, to conquer chaos. In a world spinning with confusion, fear, and noise, the ancient minds built something radical. Not a belief, not a theory, but a way of living. And if you truly understand it, if you apply it, you will become nearly untouchable by chaos. Not because the world changes, but because you do. If you're someone who's tired of surface-level advice, if you want the ancient truths that actually worked in the real world, hit subscribe, because what you're about to learn is something you won't find in most modern books. Now, let's enter the system. Part 1. The origin of the system. The chaos wasn't metaphorical. In ancient times, life wasn't inconvenient. It was lethal. Famine, war, plague, tyrants, exile, entire cities burned to ash in a single night. You didn't need motivation. You needed a system to survive and stay sane. This is where Stoicism, Taoism, and even early Buddhism began to converge. They were born in different corners of the world, but they came to the same realization. If you do not master your inner world, the outer world will destroy you. So what did they do? They built a system not of control, but of alignment. With what? With nature, with truth, and with the raw, unfiltered reality of life. They weren't trying to escape suffering. They were trying to walk through it, untouched. Part 2. The 5 pillars of the chaos-conquering system. Let's break this system down. It's not a list of cute affirmations or morning routines. It's a way of seeing, of thinking, and of being. Pillar 1. Perception is a weapon. Epictetus once said, "It's not events that disturb us, but our judgments about them." Chaos begins in perception, not in what happens, but how you label it. A lost job isn't a disaster, it's an initiation. A breakup isn't a rejection, it's a redirection. Your mind, left untrained, will interpret every storm as a threat. But the system trains you to ask one question: what else could this mean? This isn't toxic positivity, it's tactical perception. The enemy controls your mind only when he controls your interpretation. So they trained themselves to see differently, not with emotion, but with clarity. Every event was data, nothing more. And from that place of neutrality, they could choose the most powerful response. Pillar 2. Radical responsibility. Modern people are obsessed with blaming. The system doesn't care whose fault it is, it only cares, what now? Marcus Aurelius ruled Rome, and he lost children, battled disease, fought off invasions. Yet he wrote in his journal, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This is not detachment, it's ownership. If you're in the storm, you don't waste time screaming at the rain. You build a roof, or you dance. But you stop giving your peace away to things you cannot control. The ancient system teaches, the world does not owe you fairness, but it does give you something better, the freedom to choose your response. To Pillar 3, Rhythm over rigid control. Taoism introduces a principle that seems too soft to be powerful: flow. But this isn't passivity, it's alignment with deeper patterns. Lao Tzu said, "Those who flow as life flows know they need no other force." Trying to control chaos directly makes you rigid, and rigidity breaks under pressure. But rhythm bends. The ancients watched nature. It wasn't always calm, but it was always balanced. Yin and yang, summer and winter, breath in, breath out. They trained themselves to notice the rhythm of life and to move with it, not against it. If a door closes, it's not a failure, it's redirection. If energy fades, it's not laziness. It's a call to rest before the next wave. They learned to flow with storms and found strength hidden in surrender. Pillar 4. Ritual anchors. Discipline in the modern world is often shallow, tied to productivity, hustle, or aesthetics. But in the ancient system, discipline was ritual. Rituals were not just routines, they were sacred structures. Marcus wrote each morning in his journal. Seneca practiced poverty for a few days each month. The Taoist masters meditated with the sunrise. These weren't performances, they were anchors in the chaos. When the world spun out of control, their rituals remained. That morning cold shower, that evening reflection, that midday silence. Each ritual said to the world, you can take everything, but not this. And in holding to that one thing, they held on to themselves. You don't need 50 habits, you need 2 or 3 sacred anchors that bring you back to center every day. Pillar 5. Death as a compass. Modern life hides death. We speak of it softly. We distract ourselves from it. The ancient system made it the centerpiece. Why? Because nothing cuts through illusion like the awareness of death. The Stoics meditated on death daily, not to feel sad, but to wake up. You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think. Marcus Aurelius. When death is close, clarity appears. You stop chasing what doesn't matter. You stop waiting for the right time. You act now, with precision. Death is not your enemy. It is your compass. It reminds you that chaos is not permanent. It all ends. So you move forward. Not in fear, but in fierce clarity. Part 3. The real reason. This system works? You might ask, how could a system built thousands of years ago still apply today? Because chaos hasn't changed. It just wears different clothes. Back then, it was famine and fire. Today, it's anxiety and distraction. But the root problem is the same: loss of control, loss of meaning, loss of center. This system doesn't eliminate chaos. It makes you stronger than it. It gives you an inner citadel, a place inside you that the storm cannot reach. Modern advice says, just stay positive. The ancient system says, become unshakable. Not fake optimism, but real grounding. Through truth, discipline, rhythm, and clarity. This is not motivation, it is transformation. The part 4, your path forward. Now the question is, will you just listen, or will you apply? Here's how you begin. Step 1. Reclaim your perception. Every time chaos hits, ask, what else could this mean? Step 2. Choose one sacred ritual. Just one. Morning journaling, cold shower, silent walk, make it non-negotiable. Step 3. Study death, not to fear it, but to wake up. Imagine the day is your last. How would you live differently? Step 4. Drop blame, fully. Take radical ownership over your mind and reactions. Step 5. Let go of control. Practice rhythm. If something is forcing, pause. If something is flowing, ride it. This isn't glamorous work, but it is eternal. It is real, and it works. The world will not calm down for you, but you can rise above it. And that is the forgotten system, resurrected. If this spoke to something deep in you, share it. Subscribe for more forgotten wisdom that still applies today. Remember, the storm is not your enemy, but if you master yourself, you'll walk through the fire untouched. And this is where we reach a turning point in the system. After discipline and self-restraint, after reflection and silence, comes the art of direction, the ancient way of mastering your aim. The Greeks had a term, telos, meaning the end, or the ultimate aim. and the Roman Stoics inherited this with a burning question. If you do not know where you are going, how can you possibly arrive? Modern people drift. They scroll, they chase novelty, they move from one dopamine hit to the next, but they don't aim. They don't set their soul on a path and follow it like a sacred mission. But the ancients, they built systems that forced them to define their telos.